good friend Rob Calisthenic, who had mentioned in the men's circle talk that I was having, and I'll have the link for that in the description box. He has mid-back pain. So anybody that's suffering mid-back pain, thoracic spinal issues, upper spine issues, this might be just for you. But for you, my friend, specifically, Rob, I'm going to tell you that with your training, there's a few things you may want to look at. Calisthenics overall in general does not treat the mid-back too much. There isn't as much strengthening or direct strengthening that we could get with our mid-back as much as we could with the weights. So I would say this might be the time to start incorporating some weight training into your protocol, because at the end of the day, bodyweight rows can only do so much. And one of the pinnacle of row movements is the front lever row. And by the time you're getting into the straddle front lever row or a full front lever row with the pronated grip, it's not worth it, because there is so much skill and time wasted into getting that feat of strength, where you could have just gotten your mid-back stronger and healthier through other means. So the first advice I'll tell you is begin to add some weights. There's no issues with that whatsoever. Start to also focus on adding resistance bands to give you extra resistance, of course, through the bodyweight row in and of itself, be it on a bar or be it on rings. And I would also say, if you have weight vests to your advantage, start incorporating the weight vest, so you can use that in your bodyweight row practice as well. But don't just forget, you're not locked into pronated grip. You have neutral, you have supinated, so definitely work with some of those movements. But on to the drills. These exercises here, you can literally do them at home with very minimal equipment. I'll show you multiple variations. First one, you can get yourself on the wall in a half kneeling position, and from here, hugging the wall with your knee and your thigh, just slide the arm across and get a nice torso twist here. Boom, and then come back and slide. Deep inhale. Move with the breath. Some people do it with the knee up against the wall. Others I have seen sometimes even have a yoga block, which is not necessary, but they'll have the yoga block up against the wall. They'll press on it, and what happens here is you get a little glute activation, a little stretch on the hip flexor because you're tensing up the quads more. And then they'll do the same thing, twisting and turning. I have also seen people go and do circles here as well in this position, which is not bad at all. So you want to go here, and then you can come all the way back. Of course, if you have the yoga block in the way, you can't do a full circle. So you want to go for the full circle. It'll look like this. Boom. Boom. Boom, like so. The other reverse of that would be doing a half of a circle, only because your quad and your glutes are in the way, so you can't exactly complete that. So you would do these rotations on the wall. It's a fantastic drill. You could turn that mobility drill into a little bit more of a kind of an endurance exercise. Get yourself a light TheraBand or a light resistant band like this. Get yourself up on the wall and start rotating. Of course, what you do on one side, you definitely got to do on the other. And I would invite you to also start adding in some more scap work. So here's a great example of that. Scapular shrugs, scapular rotations, all that good stuff. You get yourself a band like this. Roll the shoulders back, pinch down, pinch back up. Down, back up. The scapula involves a whole bunch of movements, so we can pinch down and roll forward, pinch down and roll back. You can also do this within a push-up position, which is definitely going to challenge you a little bit more, and we can go for reps of 15, pinching up and down. You can get yourself a really good little burn with a heavy band. The next thing I would encourage you to also explore would be using a yoga block or the floor as well with this deep cat and cow stretch. So what you're gonna do is get your palms here and walk your knees back as far as you can. And from here, the goal is to get your forehead onto the floor and arch that spine. And then you can roll up and then go right back down. And it's all mid-back. You note that the elbows are completely straight, not bent. This one here, I really like going for reps, holding about maybe 2 seconds, and then at the end, hold for about a good 10 to even 30 seconds. You're definitely gonna feel some good fluid motion happening in your upper spine there. So those are a few exercises. When I was doing strongman training, I put bodyweight to the side for a long time. And when I came back, I was much, much stronger. And I had way more skills, much more work capacity than the average or even elite calisthenic practitioner. So don't be afraid to put calisthenics to the side or just make it your secondary focus. And I would highly encourage you to start adding a little bit more weight training into your protocol, and you'll see a huge, huge difference. With that said, I'm interested in what you're doing for your programming because there might be some things that need some tweaking. Calisthenics in general, we love our high frequency in the dips, the pull-ups, push-ups. And another thing that we have to really pay attention to is the stronger we get in our bodyweight training practice or just in any practice, you should also have some good level of mobility to go with that strength. So as you progress in strength, I do believe you should progress in your mobility training as well. So my tip for you is, let's say you're doing 5 sets of dips, you could do some back off sets and just go for 3 sets of dips. Have some mobility drills after. So you do dips, maybe say you just do 10 dips, do a mobility drill, do another mobility drill, then you can go back to your dips. But I would also say have 3 sets of your dips and have 5 sets of your mobility training, or have 2 sets of your dips and 4 sets of your mobility training, and incorporate that more and more. And lastly, I would say address your neck. I'm not 100% sure what's going on with your posture on this or how good your neck mobility is or the function of it, but there are some good neck drills that you can do. This is called the gooseneck or the pigeon. Some other ones include tucking your chin, rotating and getting a stretch across the scalenes and the whole lateral side of the neck. But there's a few things that you can work with. So in general, the quick wrap up is make sure you train your mobility, guys. And you have yourselves a blessed day. Hope this helped you out.